Welcome back to Cinema on the Nile, everyone. We are back once more talking about films of the future, and I'm here with my beloved statistics guy, John. So we're going to kick it back to him and have him tell us a little bit about Deadpool, and then back to me, and we'll have some fun with it. John?
Well, we are looking forward to this movie. It comes out February 12th, starring Ryan Reynolds. He's a man of the hour, or in this case, an hour and 6 minutes, or hour and 46 minutes.
Oh, okay.
And we're excited to see it. It's directed by a unknown director, Tim Miller. A lot of controversy on this movie. It's already been blocked out in China for violence. And it's one of the first X-Men movie that is going to be rated R.
Wow.
A lot of people were hoping when they were going to do this that it would not be PG-13. They wanted it to be R because if you know Deadpool, he's violent. He's a mercenary who's basically genetically altered, who has the power of breaking the fourth wall and can heal. That's pretty much sums up the plot. There's not really much of a plot other than for fan service, in my opinion. But I think it's going to be decent. I think it's going to have mixed reviews. But what's your opinion, Joe?
Well, to piggyback on what you said with the fourth wall, I'm a fourth wall fan all day long. Kevin Spacey's another guy who does it really, really well. And for the fact that Ryan Reynolds accepted the role of Deadpool, to me, is awesome. Just the fact that he's going to be on there and talking to the camera, it brings a little bit more life to the film. So that in itself is a plus. And of course, you know, he's a megastar. Any which way you look at him, he's a megastar. He's earned his right in the field of filmmaking. So he's definitely going to carry the movie. Tim Miller being the guy that's directing the movie first time, I heard through the grapevine that actually no one wanted to direct this movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear that?
Well, it has a lot of controversy because Deadpool's a vulgar character. He's supposed to be a parody of Slade Wilson, which is a DC mercenary.
Right.
At the same time, he's not shy from violence, not shy from raunchy humor.
Right.
And so a lot of people could not imagine an R-rated superhero movie.
But I'm still surprised.
Well,
I'm still surprised nobody wanted to pick this up. No other director really wanted to step up. I mean,
there was a few that were canned, but those were people that didn't even want to talk about it.
But do you think Tim Miller, being a first-time feature director, would have I guess we'll see. We'll find out. I mean, from the trailer, it looks great. Mm-hmm. I personally think they did a great job from the trailers. Of course, we don't know what it's going to look like, and we haven't gotten to the point where we can go see the movies yet. Pre-release, we're still working on that form. And so when that comes out, of course, we'll be a lot better talking about films. But in general, I think it's going to be a great movie. And Ryan Reynolds is the guy. So give us some more statistics, John.
Yeah, I think it's going to be actiony. A lot of violence. Like I said, it was already banned in China for too much violence. It kind of stinks, that it took that long for them to basically just ban a movie that hopefully is going to hit with the fan base.
Hopefully.
Ryan Reynolds was begged to play the part after the debacle that was X-Men Origins.
He was begged.
Yes. Well, I'm sure someone paid him pretty well.
I'm sure.
At the same time, Ryan Reynolds kind of did want to do the role because he knew the fans liked his character at the beginning of Origins, not the end.
Right.
I'm going to reference that with a picture. He's a great actor, and I am looking forward to it. He's the biggest actor in this movie that I am looking forward to it. We kind of didn't want to go into too much of the other actors because I feel like he's going to steal the show.
Yeah, this is true. And also the fact that he's a funny guy by nature. I think just the fact that his sense of humor just kind of oozes out. He's just naturally funny, and he brings that to the screen in everything he does. So that in itself is going to carry him in the movie. I'm looking forward to it personally. I just love his sense of humor. In everything he does, he has that underlying tone of just being sarcastic and condescending, but it's in a funny way. So that's my opinion.
Well, based off the what you do like on it, what are you not looking forward to? What is it that you've seen in the trailer that you don't like and don't want from the movie?
I guess, to me, I don't want to see too much BS. I don't want to see too many things blow up and too many things, exploding for no reason, and too many actors just dying for the sake of having a plot that doesn't make sense. It's got to flow. If it doesn't have a flow, it's not going to capture my attention. As I always tell John, I need to be suspended. I always tell you guys that every time. Suspend me in the movie. My suspension of belief needs to be really in tune with the film. If it's not, then I'm going to be disappointed. But I'm not looking to be disappointed. I'm looking to be happy and having a great time watching this movie. So we'll see what happens.
Well, and my thought on it is that it is going to be a wacky movie that I have a feeling is going to be predictable, which is fine to agree. I feel like it's going to be a mindless action, raunchy, teenage-filled...
Mindless action. I love the way he says that.
But that's the intention. That's the point. It's supposed to be meta. And that's what I think is kind of nice is that you see that a lot more in movies. This movie could not come out in the early 2000s. It would have to come out in this generation. It couldn't come out in the 90s. Now, one of the things I'm afraid of is that they, fell into the trough of too much shown in the trailers. I still think it's going to be entertaining. But at the same time, I kind of feel that the rumor that the script was written in the 90s and then some of the humor is not updated to the present day is still going to show.
But that's Hollywood. I mean, you can have a script laying around for years and then somebody says, you know what, we should make this movie. And that's how it ends up happening. So the fact that they have the humor back in the 90s, believe it or not, there's a lot of humor that's been used from the 70s till today. So it doesn't matter. I think overall the movie has got a lot of charisma.
And overall, and I agree with you, I think that it can have a lot of potential to be good. I still think it's going to have mixed reviews. That's what I'm fearing about the movie. But I won't be surprised, too. I hope it does well with fan bases. I hope it does well at the box office because I'm interested in seeing the character continue.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Also, another thing that tripped me up a little bit is I couldn't find what they shot it on. I've been searching and searching, and maybe I'm just not looking in the right place. But if any of you guys find out what they shot this movie on, I'd love to know. Because, I'm a film guy, and I love to know what kind of cameras they always use. So if you find out, by all means, write us on our Facebook, write us on our YouTube channel. Let us know what kind of cameras that they've used. I'd love to hear about that. So
Joe is right. We want to know more of you guys' opinions on this. We want to kind of give you guys a brief summary of our opinions of the movie coming up.
Right.
Me and Joe, like I said, are still going to go see that on the side. We can eventually do it as movies of the past, but we want to kind of give that a span of at least a year.
Yeah.
And
at
keep
least
movies of the present within, the good, decent time frame of the movie coming out.
Yep.
So say next year, if you guys want to see it and we're willing to watch it again, we'll probably sit down and watch it for you guys.
Unless they have a sequel.
No, I doubt that they'll have one by then.
You never know. It might be already shot.
Ryan Reynolds has actually said he doesn't want to do any more superhero parts. He just wants to do this. He says he likes the Deadpool character. He doesn't mind doing cameos or sequels. So that's something I look forward to. So even if this movie bombs, I'm hoping it makes enough that Ryan Reynolds can continue.
I think so.
I just hope that the sequels are not going to be worse than the first one if the first one's not good.
Well, come on. Have you ever seen a sequel that's not as good as the original? Every sequel always has a lack of something.
Yeah.
And you've noticed that throughout all the sequels you've ever seen. Very rare does a movie have a sequel that it's really out there and it really blows the first one.
Yeah,
correct?
I agree. And it's kind of like if you're not taking it into its own direction because you have established characters, that's where a lot of sequels fail because you lose the magic that it originally had.
Correct.
And I just hope this movie has enough magic, but it keeps enough under the sheets that it can make a good sequel that it would be funny still.
Remains to be seen.
But I still think Ryan Reynolds, of all people that could play as Deadpool, he's the perfect one.
Yeah, I agree. So what would you rate the film?
Based off
or
the
pre-rate the film,
pre-rate the film.
Pre-rate the film.
Based off that, I would probably give it maybe, to be honest, as a 7. And the reason why is that it looks funny, but I feel like there's going to be a lot of times if we go see it that there's going to be they're going to make a joke and it's going to be that awkward pause you sometimes see in comedy movies, and you're not going to hear anyone laughing in the theaters. Other times I think there's going to be scenes that are just comedic timing is perfect and everyone's going to laugh.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also going to not be that much oohs and ahs. I think it's still going to be good action, but there's going to be some CGI. But I don't think it's going to be terrible.
You think it's going to be melancholy?
I think it's going to be filled with too much humor. But at the same time, I'm kind of afraid that it's going to be too much dry humor.
I'm in agreement with John. I think I'm going to rate it pre-rate it a 7. Until we see it, of course. And we might come back and say, hey, okay, we either up our rating or lower our rating. It depends. But from what we've seen on the trailers, I think a 7 is decent.
If we see it by then, the time we see it, the next movie, but based off of our schedule that we want to do, we're not going to disclose that yet. We might mention it. Right. Hey, we saw Deadpool. We liked it. We did or didn't.
Right.
I still give it a thumbs up. I still want to go see it. I won't give it a thumbs down, meaning we won't see it. Obviously, me and Joe are going to see it together, so I'm speculating yours is a thumbs up.
Yep, thumbs up as well, because Ryan Reynolds is the guy, and can't have enough Ryan Reynolds.
Well, you could, but it's like overdose of Ryan Reynolds. Thank you. Overall, guys, we really enjoyed doing this video. We're trying to do this more briefer format. We want to kind of be more to the point and basically get more of your guys' opinion. We want you to be able to hear our thoughts.
Get involved, people. Get involved.
Please. And overall, we wanted to show you real fast, in case you guys haven't realized, we have our own Cinema the Nile shirts. We're hoping to possibly one day down the road sell them. But, you know.
Oh, and wait.
Oh, yes. Show the back. Oh, yeah.
So there you have it. Our wonderful shirts. And we're going to be able to have more of these on the actual show. We're going to have another one that's white. So we'll be going back and forth with the shirts. Our beloved friend made them for us. His name is Imad, and he works out of the mall in Lakeland. And he's a wonderful guy, supports the show 100%. And thank you. We love our shirts.
Yes, thank you.
Absolutely. And so, as always, we look forward to seeing you again on our next episode. Until then,
see you on the Nile.